Hey YouTube, it's Bernard, I'm back. So, reports on surgery. This is the whole varicocele thing. Go back if you want explanations, because I think everybody's tired of me talking about my scrotum. The surgery seems to have gone fairly well, as I said. However, about a week after the surgery, there was a bit of a complication. One of the incisions really started to hurt, and we're talking about two incisions. Imagine about 3 inches below your belly button and 1 inch to either side, and that's where I've got 2 cuts. And one of them really started to hurt, and I was seriously concerned. I mean, the pain was radiating down my leg, and I couldn't walk, and it was very uncomfortable. And eventually my wife took me to the emergency room, and I was very lucky to have a family member willing to sort of push me through the queue, so I didn't have to wait too long. I was in quite a bit of pain. The emergency room physician said, okay, go back on the Tylenol 3. It may be one of two things, either an infection or a problem with the incision itself, which would resolve itself either way. But I had to go see my surgeon the next day. He fit me in. He had a good 60 seconds to see me. He suggested that it was probably an infection, although he seemed quite surprised that I was in as much pain as I was, which I think for those of you going through the surgery, you should be comforted in that this is relatively rare. This doesn't happen that often. If it's happening to you, this surgery, you'll probably be fine. It's just me, because these sorts of things tend to happen to me. So he prescribed some antibiotics. I went home, and 2 days later, most of the pain had receded, and all seemed to be going fairly well. So my return to work was slightly delayed, but still I was back kind of functional within a week and a half, and I was working from home. Thankfully, work was very kind about that. And now I'm fine. I'm not running yet. I'm going to leave that for a little bit longer. But I am walking around fine. I still can't carry anything, which is really making packing up the house awkward. And as well, to the individual who asked me to make a submission to a video thing, I do apologize greatly. It's been an extremely hectic couple of weeks. I really haven't had much time to put much thought into the post I was asked to produce. I did have all sorts of lofty ideas of what I wanted to do, and perhaps I'll produce it in a subsequent post later on, but for now I just didn't have the time, so I do apologize. But the road to recovery is continuing. We'll see, as I said, within about 3 or 6 months how I seem to be doing, and hopefully the news will be good. And hopefully, of course, the news will be good in a new home, which is interesting. So, for those of you looking at this surgery as a possibility to alleviate your own infertility, although I did go through the minor complication, I would still say that on the whole it was a relatively straightforward procedure without too much pain involved, and perfectly sort of a legitimate thing to have to put up with. And hopefully the results will make it all worthwhile. So that's where we are today, and the journey continues. And for those of you following it, I enjoy taking this journey with you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.